and welcome. So today we have the news segment here. There isn't a lot of confirmed news, but whatever rumors I've been hearing, I will explain that to you. So there are rumors that there will be a new PlayStation Portable, a new PSP. We know how the initial PSP was a huge success and how the PSP Vita failed in many ways to manage to set itself apart from cellular video games for the mobile devices, for cell phones and tablets. Well, I have confirmation that there will be a new PSP. A new, sorry about the noise, but recently it opened a restaurant here, right next door, and sometimes we hear the noises from there. I'm taking care of isolating this room a little bit, but as you can see, not much work has been done on the studio part because I'm dealing with the sound part. Apart from that, the PlayStation Portable, the newer one, will come out quite possibly at the end of this year. But there hasn't been a lot of hype for that, or trailers, or demonstrations, because Sony is going to fail E3. Basically, E3 ceased to exist, per se. They cancelled everything. And that's because a lot of the brands don't find E3 as appealing as they could. Why? They prefer to create events of their own brand. We have game days from Sony, we have other events from Xbox, a little bit also with PC side, but a lot of the bigger studios create their own events where they demonstrate what's to come. And the main event of Sony is only going to be in September. And I find it really hard for them to launch this year the new PlayStation, or the new PlayStation 5 Slim, or even the PlayStation 5 Pro, which I don't believe it will exist. Okay? Right now there is no project name christened for that particular project, although there is a christened project, I think it's Blue Sky, which is the PlayStation 5 Slim Edition. And since we are still hearing that that project is ongoing, from here to Christmas, to the Christmas-ish months like November and December, it's going to be really tight for them to launch trailers, create hype, launch the pre-orders, all of that stuff for, number one, a portable console, which the last one was a bust, and a PlayStation 5 Slim, when the PlayStation 5 is still struggling to have enough units in the market. So guys, I do have contacts on Sony, and they both of those contacts confirmed that there is already a demonstration video internal about the new PlayStation Portable, which will not be called PSP or Vita 2 or anything like that. They already know the name, but they didn't tell me. They told me that the name will be completely new and a little bit above what they expected it to be. So there could be controversy there. I don't believe there will be litigation there, but controversy. As for the Slim Edition, The Slim Edition, they're saying that it's very interesting to see the PlayStation, which is a behemoth in terms of size, being reduced to more or less the size of the PlayStation 4 Pro, which was also a behemoth. So the change in size, it's not a slap in the face, per se. It's really, really dialed down. It's not going to cause an impact. And above all else, the specs are not going to change all that much. So there will be controversy there if there is any need for a PlayStation Slim on those terms. I've been really attentive to games that are going to be launched in a couple of weeks. The biggest of them all is, of course, Jedi Survivor. Star Wars Jedi Survivor. That game promises a lot. They're saying that there is basically 2 planets with additional 3 which will be only playable areas, but the biggest 2 will be Coruscant and a newer planet where it will be open world that you guys can explore everything at your own pace. There will be tons and tons and tons of secondary missions apart from the main storyline. And those playable areas are areas of conflict already between rebels and Imperial forces. What can happen there, I don't know, but it feels to me very much with the DNA of Far Cry 6, where we had the special operations, that we gained unique currency on them to buy unique stuff. I get that genuine feeling that this is the case. Okay, this is the case. You'll gain unique currency there to buy unique stuff when you come out of them. The main action will be on those 2 big planets with open world. That's huge news because the last open world that we have of Coruscant was Lego, and they did a very good job at it. They divided things into 3 areas, and that area evolved as time evolved on the saga. I do love the feeling that let's go Coruscant, because we haven't heard anything about Coruscant on the new saga, the one with Rey and Finn and Kylo Ren. Coruscant wasn't even mentioned. The Heart of the Republic was on another planet altogether. What happened to Coruscant? Did it blow up? Did it become useless, abandoned? Because Coruscant is all city, it fails to see how it could fall. Or the newer movies that are going to be announced, that were announced by Star Wars, will depict the fall of Coruscant. We'll see. So this is this week's news. I had a lot of other things to talk about, but I'm going to leave that to the end of the series that I'm going to create about Division. As you might remember, I did the full review of Division. It was a really short review on English side because it's working perfectly on the US and on the UK. Well, on the UK-ish, because it's giving problems there now. But unfortunately, I had to cut that that series a lot shorter than I had anticipated. It's going to be only 35 episodes, because right now the Division is unplayable. Okay, it's simply, yeah. There's no servers in Europe, so the lag spike, even the tiniest of lag spikes will mean your death. So I was making an episode, and unfortunately it took about 54 deaths, my deaths, to actually complete the mission, and when I had to assemble everything, it was a bloody mess. So I had to cancel that series. I'm still going to launch it. I will do the 31 episodes. It will be on weekends. As soon as Wildlands finish, I'm already going through to The Division 2. And then I will go through to Ghost Recon as part of a full story from Wildlands, Division 2, and then the second Ghost Recon, Breakpoint. But right now I had to cancel that because I was blasting myself apart playing that game. I was getting more and more aggravated with the game, and I knew that there isn't a solution because the game was already abandoned. It's already software that's running on autopilot. So I had to cancel it. I will leave at the end of the series a bigger, more to the point review and a re-review of what I did in English and in Portuguese. I do apologize for this fact. You guys are going to see 31 episodes which won't have an ending, but I will make so it will be streamlined to go to the Division 2 as best that I can. Okay? I'll see you all next week. Play on. See you then.